Tonight I will share my journey of discovering the power of photographs in organizational field research. All the images you see here on this slide are from 3 research presentations that I will use to show the importance of photography in my research and how my use of photographs has changed over time. The reason I chose this topic is to present is that I believe photographs can allow us to see more deeply organizational life and the lived experience of organizational members. We're able to gain insights not captured through interviews alone. So now move to Project 1. In my dissertation research on the 7 baby bells created from the 1982 breakup of Ma Bell, I undertook rich interviews with executives. Instead of taking photographs of where the interviews took place, which actually could have been more interesting and insightful than some of the interviews alone, I instead took photographs of my data analysis process, perhaps wanting to capture the systematic rigor of analyzing interview data. Yes, these are images from the walls of my duplex in Chapel Hill. I had flip charts taped to walls and to furniture, and I lived with them for many, many months. These images are reproduced in a paper where I explain the opening of the box, going from a mound of interview data to publication, probably one of my most helpful publications to date. From this project, I discovered how the power of images can record key moments and even reveal processes, such as months-long data analysis. Now I'll move to Project 2. I don't usually talk to strangers on planes, but I'm very glad that I did on this flight to Paris with 20 study abroad students. I met Vera, the founder of a firm that makes compression garments after surgery or burns. In our conversation, she shared they danced every day. The 50 or so employees danced every day. Well, as an organizational researcher, this I had to see. So I entered the organization with a camera and I started taking pictures of what was new and novel to me. And here I saw pictures on the wall of each employee. Each employee could fill in, as well as the plant bathroom, which was could have been at a Hilton. It was amazing, these images. Also, as I spent more time in this organization, employees approached me and wanted to tell me stories about what was important that they thought I should see. This is an image of a bra molding machine. Employees told me that the firm founders knew and trusted their employees to figure out how to work with this new machine instead of outsourcing the process. And one day, an employee invited me to meet her nephew, who'd come in to be fitted with a new compression garment. He'd been terribly burned on his chest and had a scratchy compression garment, and they were making a new one. This image captures the values of the organization, this true compassion for their people. And the many visits allowed me to capture strategic changes. This was the different fabric cutting machines. The one on the left could cut 1 or 2 sheets. The one on the right could cut 10 to 12 sheets and in about half the time. It really allowed me to capture vividly the organization changes. And yes, I took photographs and I participated in the dancing, which was real, unusual, and extraordinary. In this project, photographs allowed me to capture organizational features with fresh eyes, to connect with organizational members, and to capture organizational changes over time. Project 3 was my first-year studies class. I was teaching freshmen about photography. I had them capture different aspects of their transition to UTK each week through images. The class ended with a meal out and showing their pachakachas about their transition to college. These images allowed me to step into their shoes and see the world from their perspective. This image is from a student who took a photo of a bat on a wall during a Halloween haunted nature hike. He said it captured for me that college is scary and it's hard, at least at first. One week I asked the students to take photos of frustrations in their transition to UTK. A student captured this image accompanied by her description about how exhausting it was to transition to college. Steps, steps, and more steps in the heat. And what could be more fun than blowing bubbles on a glorious fall day in the amphitheater? And that's what we did. 18 freshmen and me having fun. Their photographs captured for me the resiliency seen in this quote, which accompanied her bubble photo. So I began opening up, becoming more outgoing, and eventually meeting new friends and started hanging out with some awesome people. Another week, I had them take images of where they find comfort. The student photographer spoke about the beauty of the area and being in nature to cope and recharge. So not only was getting to know the freshmen through their images and stories a profound experience for me, but I also learned how to systematically analyze photographs in conjunction with the text of their Pechacucha presentations and follow-up interviews over the years. By connecting images to student statements using software displayed here, I decided to share this analysis in a Photo Voice event. A Photo Voice is a public display that allows you to step into the shoes of others, to have a glimpse into their life. I created this exhibit and invited UTK administrators to see what it's like to be a freshman. This project allowed me to see the power of photography by giving others the camera. Today, we seem to have pushed photographs in the background of data analysis and in publications, and simultaneously privileged text and interviews. Yet I would argue that photographs and field research can provide profound insights by documenting, providing nuances while in the field, and seeing what others see. So I end with my appreciation for other researchers who've been on this journey of discovery with me about photography and research. And also suggest when undertaking field research, take your camera. Give the camera to others. You might see how images can bring more of organizational life to the forefront and provide unexpected insights in your research. It has in mine. Thank you.